FOMC yesterday. Yesterday I was very busy. I couldn't follow up with that.
No worries. Yeah, I don't think you missed out on much.
What do we have for today? Is there anything on the news?
Yeah, we had unemployment, I think. And Trump's
Yeah.
supposedly speaking in like 40 minutes.
Oh,
Wait, am I
okay.
mistaken? Let me see.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, he speaks at 10:40 a.m., so that's in 1 hour.
Mm, okay, then we have one of them days with Trump speaking. I'm going to check the levels that I usually check over here. See if there's anything. It did bounce from this yellow line I have here.
You know, the area we're in right now for NQ and QQQ is actually not too bad. The 4 hour held really well. So hopefully, if we can hold here the next 15 minutes and get a closure here, I think we're still good for retracement to the upside.
Going to mark my maximum and minimum levels for today first.
I am really liking the action we're getting right now. I think we can run yesterday's high if we keep this up. Is it worth averaging down? If you're talking about the Qs, that's up to you. I personally don't add too far down with losers, especially swings. I took my sizing properly on this one. I'm just gonna leave as is. But if you want to add, you feel free. But I do think we should definitely go way above our break-even level today, based on what's happened, the price action that we're getting. So if we do go to the high, I think we should be able to sell these like between 6.5 to 7. The 5.15 we got. But it's still kind of too early to tell. Yeah, I mean the market just opened 50 minutes ago, so I would chillax for a bit. Free up some keep your capital free for a bit.
Yeah, I like also for what I'm seeing here, it look like we're doing kind of a W formation. There could be a balance back to at least the current day open. And we have these imbalance up here that we could come to recover and touch the opening range of London session maybe. That's 57.48.
Yeah, I mean London session was almost yesterday's high basically. A little bit lower. So
Yeah,
we actually just swept the Asian. Wait, no.
yeah. Nasdaq looks like it's a bit stronger. It's pushing hard. Going to mark the levels on Nasdaq before continuing.
Uh, Piper is showing futures, so I think he's on ES right now, which correlate to SPY. Usually I share my screen, but I'm a bit tired today, so I don't know how long I'm gonna last. I'm gonna let him stream, and I'll just do some commentary on my end.
Going to check what's the dollar doing. Okay, we have a move up in the dollar. To check how far did that went.
Piper, did you see the volume we got this morning? Like around 6 a.m. we got some heavy volume. I was actually pretty surprised.
6 a.m. Oh yeah, I can
Eastern
see
time.
here. Yeah, I see this red candle here pushing lower. And then we did, what is interesting is this hammer candle we have here. It has even more volume. The next candle on the 620 candle. So that could, let me check the delta here. Okay, we're missing a bit of bid in delta. Okay, but we do have a delta coming on the 650. Yeah, sounds like a bouncing point. We are following a bit of a trend to the upside. You can see here. It could be an area of support. The news yesterday of FOMC was a good news. I couldn't follow up. I was very busy. What did they say about the interest rates? Did anyone hear anything about it?
I think it was pretty positive, but I honestly didn't follow much either. It's either about the same or slightly positive.
Uh, Trump calls for Fed to cut rates. Okay. See if I see anything interesting on the news about it. Swiss National Bank makes quarter point interest rate cut. Okay. You know, the Swiss franc has always been a very hard currency, very stable, always going up. Labor market remains stable.
That's what it means.
Huh?
Tell us what it means.
Well, what it means, well, I don't know. I mean, it's been always like a safety currency. If people start putting a lot of money into Swiss franc, they could mean that they are a bit of concern. Um,
Is the volume and movement we're getting right now, is that unusual?
the volume where? Sorry?
For the Swiss, like the volume for the Swiss currency.
I'm going to check out. Let's see. I don't have that one on my. I should have it on here. So yesterday we had a move, the bit of volume yesterday, but yeah, and it's going to the downside. Let me check if I'm looking at this properly.
Just FYI, whoever's on the stream, I'm gonna try to plan a webinar for the scaling for the swing challenge, and it seems like you guys are split between, I think, like 5 p.m. Eastern time or midnight Eastern time. So I guess it'll just depend on how I feel. Then I'll just decide. But it'll be recorded nonetheless. 5 p.m. is better for the Euro people. So why did everyone choose the 11 till 1 then? Oh, the Asian people, I see. And it'll be recorded nonetheless. Some people didn't know the difference between AM and PM. What do you mean? Do you guys not have that in Europe?
Yeah, we do have AM and PM. I think that's worldwide, no? We're having a bit of a push up on the Swiss market index. Pretty stable. Not much to say.
All right, the Q's price action here is really good. I'm gonna see how this 15-minute candle closes.
Yeah, I like it too.
This dip we got pre-market, the volume we collected, might be the fuel we actually needed to move up.
What are the big stocks doing?
A lot of them bounced. Amazon bounced pretty aggressively this morning. Same with Apple. And Meta's already above yesterday's high because apparently they had some AI news as well.
They're above the opening. Yeah, looks like it, right?
You think you're for a swing trade too early? I mean, it's not necessarily too early, but if you get in a swing trade right now and then you're up 15-20% later in the day, I would just close it. I mean, the
Hey,
whole
Titi, what do you think about Tesla? The
uh,
area.
honestly, Tesla is something I haven't touched the past month just because of the news and people how people are reacting around it. Like my dad's been telling me like news of like people destroying Tesla cars in Europe and whatnot. So fundamentally, like I think it's supposed to keep going down. I'm not really sure what's holding it. Even actually in the technicals, like I can still see this break 219. But it's just one of those things. Like there's a lot of institutional holdings, and it's heavily shorted. So even if it does end up keep going down, like we can still get like some massive bounces to squeeze out the shorts.
Okay, that sounds.
It's a stock I'm personally not gonna touch. For me, I don't like it. At least the past like 1 or 2 months, it's quite difficult to trade, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, going to mark this because I think euro. We're reaching. I think we're reaching lows on euro dollar pair. Going to check that out.
All right, well, 1 second. 30-minute just closed here, and this is an extremely bullish 30-minute close we just got. So for the Qs, I definitely think we're gonna retest the pre-market high, which is at 484.17, I believe, or 484.15. I think we shouldn't get much of a retracement. If anything, max 479 at this point. So anything above 479 for the next 30 minutes, I'm still bullish on the Qs. You know, it's ripping right now too. Actually, Qs right now are almost at break even. I think some people actually got in at like 510 yesterday. It's like at 510 right now. But I'm holding all my Q contracts. I think this tip we had is pretty stupid.
Yeah, that was a good move up. It's a shame I didn't get it.
Good job, Martian. Yeah, like I said yesterday, like the sometimes the swings, probably like half the plays, you may end up getting a better position the next market open. The only reason like I started that challenge is because of the PDT rule. Some of us can't day trade with an account smaller than 25,000. So the whole point is to get into a position, sell it the next day, even if it gaps down a little bit, and then rinse and repeat. But for the people like in Europe that don't have PDT, there's no reason to follow the swing trades precisely, if that makes sense. Because you guys are probably going to experience some type of drawdown in the morning. So I'll explain that in the webinar later. I honestly didn't realize like how many people I guess out of the states were in here. So I kind of was just like focused on like how we trade in the states, I guess. All right, those Qs are in profits right now. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna sell it to like 6.5 to 7. Global server. Yeah, I know. I'm just a bit ignorant. I'm your typical American. Yeah, so this is why it's very important to not panic the first 15, 30 minutes of the market open. This is why I wait for the closure on the 50-minute and 30-minute. Like if you notice, I think like the first, let me see. It was only like the first 2 minutes of market open. We dipped below the pre-market lows and then we just instantly ripped. So who knows how many people just instantly sold at a loss there.
There's a lot of volume coming in now.
Yeah, no, the volume right now is great. I like this.
Yeah.
Once Q's hit 484, if you guys are holding onto the swing, we can slowly start scaling out, which we're probably gonna hit very soon. Actually, this is crazy. I did not expect us to pump this fast. Honestly, I was expecting it to take like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I missed the move. I was very positive on this move to the upside, but now I'm going to wait for retracement because once it touches these imbalance areas, sometimes it could have a bit of retracement to test the areas.
I think we're testing the opening right now, daily open.
Yeah, we passed the daily open range. Yeah.
Oh, we did? Okay.
On futures we have.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know on your.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So now I'm waiting for it to come and touch it back again. See if it. Maybe I try to get longs from 57.18, 19 area. Don't know if it will reach so low because this has a lot of strength in it. Look at all these positive candles here. Great volume, 30,000 contracts. That's good.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that Trump's tweet too, if we open up around here, like we could have sold those calls like at probably 6.5 based on the yesterday's like after our section we were getting. These could have been like an instant like 15%. Wasn't for that tweet.
Be aware with these Trump speaks, it could have a bit of erratic move then.
Yeah. I'm hoping we hit 484 before then. So we got 30 minutes. Zaid, personally I would recommend holding runners, but with Trump speaking in 30 minutes, I guess you can do what you want. So if you got 3 contracts with me, maybe you can get out at 2 and hold one. I mean, just lately, it's just been insane with the price action we're getting. And I'm not sure where you're from, but if you could, if you don't have PDT, I would just get out and just like re-get in at other levels. For the challenge accounts, I'm only gonna update them once a week. So every Friday, I'll show my the Excel sheet and where I'm at. Cause I don't know, I feel like posts are getting too messy. If you look at the archived one from the challenge from January, like there was just too much. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit cleaner. However, I am currently sitting about 4,000 on the swing account. That's above. That's a little bit about 33%. Then on the 1K, I'm at 1650, I believe. I'm up 65% on the 1K account, but I'm behind the goal we're supposed to be at. Yeah, Martian. I mean, 65% is good, but compared to the challenge this year, like I am off to an extremely bad start. I think the challenge from January, I think like at this point, I was already at like at 6 or 7,000. I think the last challenge I only had like 2 losses. Yeah, I mean I follow a lot of people on Twitter too that basically trade the same way I trade, and I kid you not, I think I saw like 3 posts yesterday saying like this is the longest losing streak they've actually had. So that kind of tells you something. No matter what model or strategy you have, the conditions can change. I guess I personally wasn't prepared for that. I'll be right back, Piper.
Okay. Okay. This is the pushback, and I see, but it's. I'm waiting for this pushback back to the daily open, but is apparently they holding very strong here. Yeah, so people are very short time in trading right now. This area is holding too well. I'm about to trying to go with micros maybe,
Yeah, I mean
or maybe they hold.
we did retrace pretty aggressively. So if you want to buy here, I definitely do micros.
Mm. Yeah, I just think maybe if there's news about Trump coming in, speaking, maybe the move, the retracement could be when he starts speaking. You know, a quick swipe out here. How long is it for? 10:40. Okay, still half an hour for that. Yeah, okay, I'm going in with the micros here. I will just make a test trade. It's holding
what
well.
what I would have done differently looking back? Honestly, if I would restart this challenge again like 2 weeks ago, I think I would have just focused on spies and Q. Spy and the Qs, that's it. I think it's the tech stocks, since they just all started an aggressive bear trend and just breaking every barrier without any like meaningful bounce, at least based on like the model I use. It was just not working out. But since the SPY and Qs, at least since they have quick movements, I would have been fine with the profits. So I actually may just focus on SPY and QQQ until I'm at 5K. Especially with like 0 or 1 or 2 DT.
Waiting for the retracement here again.
I mean, we just got a quick sweep, and the 1 minute just bounced right back.
Yeah.
We also have a 5 minute fair value gap that we're holding. I think that was it.
Yeah, I'm back in again. See if it makes the move up to break the highs of the day. Yeah, here we go.
I know I said I'm not closing till 484 on the Qs, but I may close a little bit earlier, depending what time we're at. If you don't hit that before Trump speaks, I think I'm gonna fully get out. So whatever comes first. So the Qs right now, the options we got, they're like at 560 right now. So we are still technically up like 8%, which is not too bad, but not good enough. Martian, are you still holding the Qs you got earlier? How many did you get initially? Slow mode set too. I feel like you guys are typing too slow today. It's only 10 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I closed half of the position here with the London lows and put the stop loss on break even.
Slow mode killing you can't yap. Here, I'll change it to 5 seconds. What was our gain from Amazon? I think my average was like 3.8 or something. I think I grabbed the first. I think I got 5, right? So I think I got the first 3 like at 3.85 or something like that, and then I grabbed 2 more at 3.75. Then I sold. I think I ended up selling above 4.3. So I don't know what the percentage is on top of my head, but it was still pretty good. It was about like 50 cents a contract. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Trump talk that we're about to get, I really think Qs can push above 485.4. This 4 hour we're getting is really good, and this 1 hour we're having is really good as well.
Yeah, I would be very, very positive if it wasn't for Trump's speech.
Yeah,
This trade I took from here to here would have take it on the minis, but I think I sticking to the micros lately.
dude, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I can still like average like 500 to 600 into micros.
Yeah, yeah. It's just handling the amount of micros. I just open with half of the position of the minis. I just get 5 micros and
Yeah, he's good for 1040, but I mean, who knows when it's actually gonna start? I mean, these Q plays that we have right now are up 10%. So you guys are free to start scaling out, but I'm still holding. I mean, I mean the entries we got yesterday were pretty damn good. So if I were to call this out 30-minute before, like I usually do, I wouldn't be surprised if like a lot of people would have gotten it at $6 a contract. I mean, just looking at this hour, like we're gonna bust through like 483.4 here very soon. Yeah, that's why entries are very important. They're better than exits. If you have a solid entry, then you can basically exit wherever you want. Yeah, once we tap 484 on the Qs, um, I will sell 2 and hold 1 just a little bit more longer. But these are currently up 15%. Yeah, I mean, usually I plan on doing trades for the 1K every day, but I'm just gonna wait till after Trump is done. And there, that's the 483.4 push we just got. Once we tap 484, I'm gonna sell too. Actually, let me type this in.
I'm going out of my micros here, up here. I think I'm done.
Nice, man.
Let's see how it moves now, but now I'm I'm happy with today's. If I see something clear, what's your daily profit target? I'm looking to make. It depends a bit. No, sometimes you open a trade and you see it going up, and you just follow. I just follow up my stop loss behind the price. No, but usually and lately, how the markets are moving, I'm not looking for more than $500-$600 of profit.
For anyone trading like this in general, don't ever look at the 1 minute. If you notice, like every 1 minute candle we get just gets bought up instantly. But if you're tunnel fishing on 1 minute, it's gonna scare you out, thinking that you might think it's gonna reverse. Zoom out and just look at the 5 minute minimum. And we're about to hit 484. I'm gonna put a limit at 6.2 for these two. 6.2. All right, we just hit it. They feel at 6.2. No, mine's still open. No, do not buy puts, bro. Don't ever short run like this unless you get confirmation. All right, this 3 minute candle is about to close. You may not get that much higher now. So I actually didn't feel at 6.2, even though it did. It did reach that area. That was actually the absolute top. So I'm just gonna adjust my order to 6. I'm gonna fully get on. By the way, I'm not gonna hold anymore. I'm gonna sell all 3 at 6.
Sorry, Titi, what are you looking at now? Are you looking at QQQ?
Yeah, we swung some option contracts from yesterday.
Hmm.
So I mentioned I was gonna sell once we hit 484, and we just hit it. But my order didn't get filled.
Okay. Yeah, I do expect a bit of a retracement here.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's just the fact that Trump is speaking. I'm kind of
yeah,
being cautious here. The 3 minute candle's closed, so um, we could expect retracement. So that's why I wanna get out here. See if my limit can get filled.
but this was a very nice opportunity to trade from the market opening. Very good volume, very big delta positive, only one negative candle. Uh, that's a lot of strength. And the negative candle with less volume than the positive candles.
Yeah,
That could be signs of a continuation to the upside.
yeah. I know. Like I generally think we're gonna go above like 485.5 to the NQs, but it's just the fact that Trump is speaking that's holding me back.
Yeah, well, maybe give us a opportunity to get in lower prices and then continue the shoot up.
Yeah, we'll see, dude.
Or it could be they're planning to go lower, break this W kind of formation that created here, and now it's just a sweep of getting all the shorters.
Mm,
That could be it also. But I will be against that because of how the dollar is moving. It's been going up, no stop going up, and now we're reaching an area where uh, it could bounce back down.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna watch the next 1 or 2 minutes. If it doesn't hit my 6 limit, I'm just gonna mark it out. Sucks. I literally had the absolute top of that. All right, I just exited.
Oh, 5 minutes for the Trump speak, right?
Yeah, supposedly. I fully get out of those, by the way. Not holding QQQ anymore.
Live with Donald Trump. I'm going to share the link for it.
Cosmo, every time you type me, I just laugh. I have this funny voice. It didn't have me doubting at all. As he's probably panicking in his room overnight. I'm fully out. Oh no.
Can't find the link for it. Where is he speaking?
Just FYI, I think I'm gonna move to Schwab fully. I'm not really liking Weeble. So the count is sitting at 4136. I'm just gonna I'm gonna have an account with that amount and just continue from there. Oh, I'm starting with Schwab today. I actually prepped an account last week after the option buying power issue. I put 5,500 in it, just not knowing what the account balance is going to be, and then I'll just withdraw any excess. Any excess. Careful which option tier you choose. Oh, dude, I've been with them for like 8 years, I think, at this point. They were TD Ameritrade before Schwab. I think I always choose option 2. Actually, Weeble's the only one that gave me option 3, which is kind of crazy. I don't think I even I don't think I chose that. And it's really risky too to have option 3. I mean, Shredder, I did mention 484 to fully get out, but yeah, sure. I just don't want to keep pinging people. I don't know. Like, I get annoyed when I get pinged, so. And I already tagged you guys 3 times. It is at 6 though, so that's pretty good. I mean, that 6.2 might hit again right now. Probably got a better fill than me. Actually, the last challenge, that happened so many times. When I first started streaming, like, everyone in the stream was, or like, everyone was getting better fills and exits than me. I probably could have finished that challenge like a whole week earlier. And like right now, I didn't get filled till around 5.8, and somebody got filled at 6.2. That's a 40-cent difference. With 3 contracts, it's $120. No, they're getting worse because of the swing alerts. I don't think they understood what I meant that I'm going to alert it 30 minutes before. I think people, as soon as they saw the alert, they just rushed in, treating it like a day trade. Yeah, so maybe tonight's webinar, I'll go over how to like properly get filled. Closing and profit is better than getting the best fill. Oh, I mean, I know. I'm not upset about not getting filled at the highest point, but I'm just mentioning it. Yeah, so depending how long does Trump's speech last, we'll look for trades after. Hey Cosmo, since you're being so smart today, can you mark out the hourly and tell me why we bounced today at the open? If you notice, literally the first 12 minutes of market open, I said we're going to continue to 484. Why did I say that? Cosmo in full panic mode right now. Piper, did you get the link? I think someone linked it for you.
Apparently this, okay, copy. I'm going to share this. Yeah, what I understood is there's a pre-recorded speak of Trump in this digital asset summit that is starting in 9 seconds, and then I think he's speaking after that.
Okay.
So if anyone is trading Bitcoin, be aware of that. It's just started.
The reason I stayed bullish on that, because on the hourly at 6 a.m., the hourly candle we had wiped out liquidity we had at 2 p.m. It swept that liquidity, and we closed above. And then the 50-minute candle we had at 6:45 a.m. was a market structure shift, and it held above the prior candle. And then at the market open 9:30, we retested the bottom of that 50-minute, and we instantly rallied. As soon as I saw that test and the volume, and we closed above, I knew we were gonna sweep the high for today. I'm pointing at my screen as if I'm streaming, but you'll see in the recording. Yeah, no, usually I stream. I honestly did not expect to be streaming this long.
You want to share your screen? I'm not taking any trades at the moment.
No, it's okay. Maybe tomorrow. You're like the 7th person to say that. Y'all gonna name your first child TT? Here, I'll post a screenshot.
I'm not
Up.
sure if that link I passed is correct.
That bottom chart is the 1 hour I just shared, and the top one is 15-minute. So if you look at the red line, that's where we swept liquidity, and the candle closed above it. That's a liquidity sweep right there. And then if you look at the 15-minute, we had that market structure shift, and the candle closed above it. Then the market opened, that first 15-minute candle, we retested, and closed above.
Yeah, Pistachio, I think they made a mistake of posting that video. I don't think that's correct. Don't go into that video. And to delete that. How do you delete this? Got that video from Financial Juice and they removed it. Some things it looked like a scam for what they were saying.
There are people still in NVIDIA puts. I mean, I mentioned my stop loss. They should have gone stopped out. Checking her now to remember what I said. I think I said like a 30-minute candle above 118 or something like that. They stayed in. Well, I mean, at that point, it's not my fault. What am I supposed to do? Like go over to their house and close it for them? No, I mean it's not. That's not good advice to sell at open either. We didn't know what the price action would have been. You need to give at least 30 minutes. I mean, that's the fucking worst part about this. It's like, always ask what's my TP, what's my stop loss, but then when I mention it, they don't follow. Well, it's like, what's the point?
That's normal.
That's normal.
That's why I always say to everyone, just make your own strategy with your own stop loss. You know, don't follow 10% what someone else is doing. Just get the basic idea behind it, but don't try to copy trade.
We can say that like 10 times a day. It won't connect with them. At least some of them. I mean, the idea with the swing challenge account is I want to aim for 3 trades for every swing. And as long as we get 2 of them right, we should still be profitable in the long run.
Oh yeah,
So
for more swing trading, yeah, that could be, yeah. But if you day trading, it's not possible to copy anyone, right?
yeah, so I think 2 days ago is when I called it, right? The NVIDIA play was a loss, but Google and Amazon were both technically, I think, like 15%, right? So if you would have lost 20% on NVIDIA, but then made 15% on the other 2, you would still be up in a day. And I think you still would have hit that 5% target for the swing trades. Yeah, I know NVIDIA was a profit same day, but the people in the US can't day trade if they're restricted. I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. Should I not think that? Like I know obviously making 15% in like 15 minutes is a smart move. But people would have to either get PDT restriction or use a day trade. That's not the goal of that account. Did you say in the channel to stop NVIDIA put at 218.9? Did I actually say 218.9? If I did, it's a typo. Because it's $100 lower right now. Let me double check. No, I said 118.9. I said stop for these would be a 50-minute closure above 118.9. And I'm looking back. It looks like we kind of got that like around like 215, I think. 30. Is anything happening? And I don't know with the swing trades, seeing how fast we're getting out. I may just start going for weeklies. I don't know. We'll see. I think I may change up the rules a bit. You guys remember when Cosmo got out of Amazon yesterday and we said it's gonna hit 200? He's using an ultra wide, so it's a little bit spaced out. Usually I stream, but I was a bit tired today. Wait, is Alpha in here? No, he's not. I'm working with a graphic designer to make merch, and one of them is based on Cosmo. Alright, I guess in the meantime, if you guys want me to watch anything, let me know. For the merchandise, I'm just working with the graphic designer. And then once we get something like streamlined, I obviously want to buy a few before they get shipped out. So they probably won't be alive for like another 2 weeks, maybe. Did you just say APDN? This is a penny stock, man. What do you have to do with this? This thing is $2. Don't trade scams. I haven't seen a stock this low price in a long time. This is cute. NVIDIA. I don't know, like for NVIDIA, I generally expected it to break that 115 level or Tuesday's low. So 114.54, which is why I was kind of bearish on it. I mean, we may still get that, but you see, let me zoom in. I guess it depends how today closes, because right now in my head, we're still a little bit bearish. Look at the hourly candle right now. It's still below the hourly highs from Wednesday. So as long as we don't start closing above like 119, like 0.55, I think we'll retrace back down. Fran, are you still holding those puts? Is that what you're asking, or? Because even if you were, it still would be better to get out of loss than to hold them, even if it ends up going to that target. Oh, for a day trade. I mean, personally, like I said, I'm still short biased, especially look at the 30-minute candles we're forming. We just got a sweep, and if this 30-minute candle closes where it's at right now, which is going to close in 2 minutes, I actually would be shorting this right now. We should get at least $1 retracement for a day trade. But I don't know if Trump is speaking about Bitcoin, wouldn't that eventually affect the stock? I'm not really following up on the news. I don't know. But even this hourly too. We're gonna get some type of retracement now. When QQQ pumps like this, every stock follows. Not necessarily, not always. I mean, sometimes they do, but you look at the hourly action on Q versus Apple is slightly different. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like the consensus is definitely the same, but the closures of the hourly for those stocks are a little bit different. I think like the past week, like there's been multiple times where QQQ was pumping, but Apple was just dumping.
Don't be speaking.
Uber looks pretty good. Whoever mentioned it, but we are at a resistance level. If I were to be bullish on this, I'd probably wait for some type of retracement, maybe like back to like 73.5. I don't know if that's gonna happen today or sometime this week. King Curry. If this 5-minute closes bearish and I see a bearish fair value gap on the 1 minute, is that a good entry for a put on SPY? So just FYI, before you mark out fair value gap, it has to be significant. Like if it marked out or if it swept liquidity and it formed a market structure shift, that's the fair value gap I would mark out. Because you can have like 5, 6 fair value gaps in a day. I would not mark all of them out. Just 1 or 2 is enough. So we swept out the pre-market high at from 430. That was 2 5-minute candles, and we closed below. And then what did you say? Yeah, I mean, we did get a fair value gap in 1 minute, but we actually didn't retest it. But that I think would have been a really good short. The only issue with this is if you zoom out and look at the hourly, or even the 15-minute, we actually formed another market structure shift on a higher time frame. So if you would have taken that trade, it would have been the next liquidity sweep you see in the 1 minute or 5 minute. So let's say you took the trade at 570 SPY puts. My first exit would have been that candle we just had 2 minutes ago, because it swept at 1 minute from 1035. Does that make sense? I'm not sharing my screen right now. I'll look for day trades after Trump is done. I'm just waiting right now. I actually still really like Apple. I think I said, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but Apple to me was a bullish swing. I'm not sure actually why we didn't take it. Or maybe I was hesitant because I took 2 losses in a row with it. I had a really good streak with Apple on the first challenge. I think I traded it like 10 times, and I believe every single one was a win. And then I started this challenge and I took 2 losses with it. The price action we had the first week of March was abnormal in my opinion. It didn't seem like a typical Apple move. Also, that's it. No more. Would QQQ be a good day trade? Qs and SPY is always a good day trade. Probably my favorite 2 takers to day trade. Me to take an entry right now. I'm gonna wait for this 50-minute candle close to decide. But depending on this 50-minute candle close, we could retrace back to the 50-minute open of the one we just had. So rate 4.54, but 8 more minutes to see how this closes. I think I'm gonna look at Qs. Focus on Qs and then maybe some tech stocks. I'm liking the Qs more than SPY right now. How do you deal with missed entries on trades that run the way you predicted? I don't chase and instead look for next trade. Can you talk about why you took SPY puts yesterday? I could, but it's gonna be difficult to explain. Not showing my screen. Maybe I'll do that after hours today. Uber puts. So usually for day trades, I want a stock to be at least $100 and above. For Uber, I do like it for swings. Not ideal for day trades, and the liquidity in the option chain is not as good. If I call out anything on a day trade for Uber, you guys are gonna like pump it up 10%. I mean, honestly, if you guys just focus on the Qs and SPY, that's literally all you need for day trades and swings. If you guys just focus on small sample of stocks and follow them religiously, you'll start understanding the price action a lot more. That's why I only trade ES and NQ on futures. I don't touch anything else. I mean, not necessarily the most predictable, but you get a better feeling on how they move. Like you start getting I guess intuition better. You start getting a better feel. Ever like see like a candle like dump and hits a certain level, even though it may seem like bearish to you, the fact that you've seen it happen like 3-4 times in the past, you start realizing what's about to happen. You wish you had more confidence in your analysis? Just day trade 1 contract on SPY or QQQ, so that way you don't risk too much. I think the biggest issue is you guys are using a position you're afraid of losing. So if you take a QQQ contract that's only like 80 or $100, I would just use the loss as a learning experience, or just trade futures in a prop firm because it's basically the same movement. Okay, this 15 minutes about to close. All right, for Q, I don't really like this 15-minute close you're about to get. So once we close, I want to see how the 5-minute is going to react to the open. I'm going to give this like another like 5 minutes. The issue with Hood is the implied volatility is pretty high, even for a swing trade 2 weeks out. They're kind of expensive for what they are, and the spreads even for this week are they're almost like 5% apart. So no, I don't like Hood. I mean that's just my preference. Like I ideally want something at least $100, but like technicals, it's looking good. We're making higher highs on the daily. Let me see the 4-hour. Yeah, no, technicals are very good on Hood for now. I can see this going above 45.5 in like maybe the next day or two. You just look at the hourly or 4-hour, you were trending, and every single time we retrace, we fill an imbalance, and then we move forward and we make a new high. So that's how you know we have bullish momentum. 48.5? No, I was talking about Robinhood. I said 45.5. All right, so we had a 15-minute bearish candle on Q. I want to see how it tests the 5-minute open that we had at 11:05. It's around like 482.6. Then based on how it reacts, I'll make a decision. So temporarily, I'm a little bit bearish on Q. I think we may like get around to 482, but the risk to reward is actually not that good right now, unless you want to do a very quick trade. Since we're still a little bit bullish on the higher time frame, the 50-minute is still good. 30-minute 1 hour are good as well, but the 5-minute we may go a little bit lower. So I think it's better to focus on calls. Could it be retesting the bullish fair value gap? What time frame are you looking at? We're not really at one right now. I don't see any in the 5-minute. So this one is a little bit different because the way I would trade this is based on retracements of the candlesticks, not really necessarily on the fair value gaps. The fair value gap trade happened this morning, but the move already played out. But we can still keep going. So now, if we take any trade that are calls, it's going to be a continuation, not necessarily based on like a retest of the fair value gap. The Cosmo, that's a good 5-minute fair value gap, but we also already tested that one. But we can test it again. I personally, I don't think we're gonna get that low. Maybe. I want to see what happens around like 42.05. Yeah, usually after the first test, it's not as significant anymore. Right back. Remember what I said? The most important fair value gap is the one that created a market structure shift. That's why first 15-minute of the market open, based on what we created in an imbalance that happened, knew that was the most significant one, and we hit the 484 high. But the ones that are forming now could be inversions. We don't know that yet until it tests and the 5-minute clears. So if you're looking at the fair value gaps now, at this price range or at this level we're at in Qs, there's no clear market structure shift on any of the higher time frames up here. So right now, like we're basically just ranging. We're just retesting each 5-minute like open and close. Any trade I would take is like very, very short term, like 30-40 cent move, which is why I'm not getting into anything yet.
Yeah, we have been a bit of a weird price action.
Yeah, we're just consolidating.
Yeah.
look at other stuff in the meantime. I mean, consolidation could also be really good for another move up. We just don't know exactly how long it's going to take. So if you look for an Apple example and you look at the hourly, we have 2 hourly candles that wicked out 2 areas of liquidity from the downside and upside. When we're stuck in a range like this, the next trade I would be looking at is just retest of the opening and closing of those candlesticks. So it won't necessarily be of like the model I use. I think NVIDIA puts here soon might be good.
Okay, Titi, I'm leaving the charts for today. Nothing in for me when this kind
Yeah,
of
it's a
market.
little bit slow.
Yeah.
Do you have any news for
See
tomorrow?
you guys tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, tomorrow we're good. Yeah, no, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll try to be on.
Okay, see you. See you. Bye, Pistachio. Have a good day.
See you. Take care. I'm liking only NVIDIA puts here right now. The risk to reward is pretty good. Yeah, Martian. So the 30-minute is actually bullish now since it closed above, right? But now I'm expecting a retest. Remember, the retest can be all the way down to the fair value gap, which is all the way down to like 118.5. And it's moving already. I'm probably gonna leave soon, so I'll take one trade and I'll head out. I'm looking like the 119 puts for NVIDIA, expiring tomorrow. I was looking for a 1.1 fill on these, but they already moved up like 10%. So I'm gonna see where we can trace to real quick. I think I already missed out on this one. I was gonna full pour into this too. If you guys did get into this, like, look at the wicks on the 15-minute, and I would just slowly scale out at each level. Yeah, I missed this. It was literally at 112 when I was looking at it, and I was about to put my order 1.1. All right, I'll look for something else. I'm not tracing this. But Martian, do you see what I mean? Even though the sentiment was bullish because we closed above, we should still expect a retracement. I can still be bullish on the 4-hour NVIDIA, but the next hour or two I can be bearish and take a short-term trade. I wonder if anyone actually got in from the chat, from like the channel. Oh, you got in 1.24? Damn, nice. It's not what scaling in means, but congrats. I think we should see at least 118.42 on NVIDIA. You cheated? You pulled the trigger before? Yeah, I'm a bit slow today. Should have pulled the trigger too. You are in the elevator. That's fucking wild, man. What are you doing? Literally biggest degens in the server. 40 fucking contracts. Oh my god. Yeah, I was gonna flip board this because I was only gonna take one trade. That's why I hate typing them out sometimes. Like, I went to type it out and then looked back and it was already like up 10%. Yeah, Kazuma, I should. I mean, I personally was actually gonna do 15 contracts. That's how much I was able to afford. And I mean, NVIDIA is still bearish, but I don't like chasing here. So usually when I say scale in, let's say I was gonna do 5 contracts. The proper way to scale in is to get into one contract right away so you don't miss out. And then have 2 more limit orders below, either like 2 or 5% lower. If it does get lower, you get a better entry. If it doesn't, you at least have one contract. But, I mean, I give this advice a lot, but I'm not very good with it. Yep, exactly. Degens don't scale in. You caught me. So look at the imbalances we have on the hourly for NVIDIA. At some point, either today or tomorrow, we should be retesting them. All right, Q's might be looking good here now. Yeah, I'm gonna look for calls for QQQ, but I'm gonna wait for this 5-minute, 50-minute close first. All right, I am so tired. This is gonna be my last trade. I'm just gonna flip over into QQQ calls. Do what you want with that information. I'm doing the 483 calls that expire today. Just gotta fill the 1.35. And for me, this is just gonna be a quick trade because I really need to go to sleep. I'm just gonna close $1 higher. Go to like 483.6. I'm just gonna mark it out. Did I get it right? I have to put 483.6, but whatever. I can't believe I'm streaming right now. I literally didn't even sleep for like 2 hours. Did you guys get in this? I have a limit 1.95, by the way. I don't know if I said. Okay, it's at 1.7 right now. That's like 24%.